Good morning and welcome to the craft room. I'm Ellie Barnes. I'm sorry I'm running a couple of minutes late this morning. It's a very busy morning here. We're getting ready for our come and try day and catalogue launch all in one. So I've been working flat out all week and forgot to put posts on. I haven't done anything, so you must have thought I forgot all about you. But it's quite the opposite. I've been working my little butt off trying to get everything ready for today. But that doesn't mean I can't come live to you and show you how to create a card. And I wanted to do so today with the new product of the month. We're almost at the end of the month again, but remember, this product of the month happens every month. They introduce a product. We've had dies, stamps, paper, and this month we have pattern vellum. I'm going to show you the vellum. I'm going to show you I'm going to create something with it and show you how you can use it. And I think it's a really fun thing. Now, to get your hands on this, you need to do a spend of $125 in one order. Once you've done that, then you get the vellum for just $9, which is so cheap. It's a third of what it normally is. So I'm going to get down to the desk and we're going to have a look at this and we're going to do a card. All right, let's get going. Turn over, see if I can get us. Oh, there's the patch in the roof, the hole in the roof that's fixed. See if we can get down to the desk. There we go. Push my board up a bit. This is our vellum. Now there are 4 patterns. I should bring over a piece of white cardstock so we can have a look. So the first one, if I get just one sheet, looks like this. Now you can use it as a whole sheet, but I'm going to show you today how you can also use these as if you fussy cut them out. And I think that really works well. So that's one sheet. This one is just Peaceful Pine, a new green colour, and it has dots all through it. And it's really pretty also. And then one of my favourite colours, this is, it's just lines in a check pattern, and they're not perfectly straight. I love how it's almost like a weave of something that's, not perfect, but looks pretty good. And this is in Fresh Freesia. So I'm just checking if we are going live. Yes, we have gone live in the right spot. I was a bit remiss of me not to put that up. So this is one of my favourite colours. As you'll often see, I use this colour in some of my posts. And then we've got another one here. The 4th one is just some beautiful flowers. Now that could be a card on its own. Put that on the front. Put maybe a little bit of this one down one side, a ribbon, or you could use this one down the side and put a ribbon. We've got the new ribbon in green, and put a greeting on it, couple of bits of bling, and it's done. How's that? So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks as we go. But these are the beautiful pieces. Now you get 3 of each, which is fantastic. So let's pop them up there. I'm going to use the ones I've already cut before. Don't want to waste any of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in this and make a card base. And I'm just going to do the normal, simple, straightforward card base. So it's half a sheet of cardstock, and I've got something caught in my blade. It's still caught. It's a bit of vellum actually. How's that? From when I was playing around with it last night. Oh well, I think it'll be alright. We'll find out. There we go. So that's 21 by half a sheet is 14.8. And we just fold it in half. You can score. I like just to fold it, and I get those corners matching up perfectly if I push it into the corner here. So there's our vellum, our card. Now I'm going to take my vellum, got bits everywhere. Here's my vellum. I want a piece 10 centimetres by 14.3. So again, just normal card front size, which is half a centimetre smaller than the card. I'm going to need some more of that in a minute. I need to cut this in half, or actually 10 centimetres off would be fine, because I'm going to die cut some things out of that. We'll see if we can get some of the die cutting done. I'm going to die cut a piece out of this. You can see I've already snipped roughly a piece out before. Now, I need to cut, and I've done it. What I'm going to do is bring my dies in so that I know I'm getting the right size. So I'm going to cut a die in that piece of vellum. So I'll put that ready to go. I'm going to cut a die with that piece of vellum, and I'm going to use these two for decoration. I also need to cut a piece of this one. So if I cut straight up there, I can use this piece here. Got that piece of screwed up vellum out, which is good. So we can do that, and we can cut some leaves out of some of that. So that's got our pieces to die cut. We'll put all this over here now and leave that one there. Let's get ourselves organised. I'm going to bring in the cut and emboss machine. And the first thing I'm going to do is die cut this piece. I might bring it down a little bit. I just want it not exactly centred this way, but not this way. A little bit higher that way. And I can't see if it's straight. That's straight. I have to stand up sometimes to see what's going on. I like to have my head straight over the situation. So that's cut that out. We're not going to use this piece. We're going to put that aside for another project. Now I'm going to bring it back the other way. I want to cut this piece out. And while I'm cutting this, I might just cut, I can cut one leaf out while I'm doing this. piece cut out. And I have one leaf cut out. I'll pop that out. So while we've got this, I'll put this leaf back on. Now, I could use this piece, but because it's cut out so nice, I think it'd work on a card. So I'm keeping that. And I'm going to use this piece and cut this one out of this. So we've got those two cut out. We'll just put those aside and we'll sort that out after. And I'll put that aside. Now, my last bit of die cutting, I'm putting this up here and I'm going to make a frame. So I'm taking the size that's bigger than the hole, which I've done with this one because this one's going behind, and I've taken the one the same size as the hole so I can make a frame, and I'll show you how that works if you've not done this before. So I have this piece that I'm not going to use, and I have my frame. Now I'm going to take away these plates and bring in the embossing plate, and I'm bringing in, this is the Fern and Flora 3D embossing folder. It's in the new catalogue and it's gorgeous, and I'm going to emboss this piece of vellum. So, because this is big, you can put it where you like so that you get the image that you want to have. I think I want it to go that way. So, the folded side goes in first, and then we put our mat on top. And that's done. So I'll get rid of the cut and emboss machine and we'll have a look at what we've got now. So we have our vellum that's cut. We have a frame. We have 1, 2 leaves. We have this little sprig. I'll bring it down slightly so we've got everything in camera. We have 2 pieces that are cut. They're exactly the same size. They could go together like that, or they could be used separately for a different card. And we have some leftovers, so we'll pop that over there. In here, if I take this out, now you can see that what sort of pattern we're going to have. It's embossed that beautifully. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that is gorgeous, and it's going to make a lovely image on our card. So I could have left it completely plain and it would have sat like this, but by embossing it we have more 3D to our card. So let's start putting some of these things together. Oh, we have a couple more things to add. Now, I've already cut some out, so I need to work out where I can cut the pieces I need. I need a stem of leaves, and I want this red flower, so I'm cutting, I'm just cutting around roughly so that I'm saving as much as the paper I can. In case I want to use some of the other pieces. And I want to get this flower too. There's one there as well. I might grab this one. I can come up here. So, it's just then a matter, just like normal fussy cutting, a quick cut out. I know what I did first. I took some paper and I glued it on, glued the flowers on, and then cut them out. So we're going to do that first. Now what I did do for gluing, I used a bit of cardstock. You could go and get a little paintbrush. I tear it so it's a bit of a rough edge, and that's going to become my paintbrush. And I put some glue on here. So I just brush a bit over the back. Now you can put it straight on the vellum and then brush it too. Or fingers and thumbs. And I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to put this one up here because I'm going to punch that out with a greeting. There we go. That should give us enough. May not. So we'll just, again, spread, well, I'll do it over here so that it doesn't make my board sticky. I mean, I can wipe the board. That's the thing about glass. It's easy to wipe. And I'm going to pop that over here. Now, while those dry for a minute, you don't get sticky everywhere, I'm going to take my embossed vellum and I'm just going around the edge. And I'm not worried, by doing the brush technique, you don't see the glue. But by doing it this way, you will see a line of glue, but this will be covered by my frame. So we just keep going around. Probably don't even need this much, but I want it to stay in place. Could just do a few dots. And then I'm going to put this down. Try and do it so you can see. And I'm trying to get it even all the way around. Now I'm going to take my other frame. I think it could go across just a fraction. That looks a bit better. And I'm going to glue this on top. Now, while that dries, I'm just going to put a block over it. is a very useful tool, is blocks, not just for holding your stamps, but for gluing things down. So while that's drying, let's cut out our leaf. Now there is a front side and a back side to the vellum. So you just want the side that looks the brightest. And again, it's just fussy cutting. We've talked about this. Don't just gently closing your scissors as you're turning the paper. And being vellum, it's very forgiving, because if there's a little bit extra left, it doesn't really matter because it's see-through. And it's quite easy to cut through. It's just like cutting paper or cardstock. And believe me, it wouldn't take you long, even if you're a beginner. I go a bit faster than you would, but if you just go slowly, the more you practice fussy cutting, the better you get at it. I used to hate it, but over time, I don't mind it. I'll often do fussy cutting in front of the telly. So I like to, when I'm fussy cutting, I like to separate anything else away from it. And if there's too much cardstock, I will cut that off too. Or too much of, surrounded area. Because I find it easier to have control if you've only got a small piece to work with. Now this is a little bit thicker because we've got both cardstock and vellum together. But by putting the white cardstock behind these flowers, you can see them very, very clearly and their colours stay true, where you would have colours, the other colours coming through otherwise. So now I'm going to cut this like so. Nearly done. And that makes your vellum very usable by giving it a different look. Now that we've got them cut out, I'm actually going to add even more to these pieces. I've got the new shimmer brushes in the new in colours. So this is Peaceful Pine, which is the colour of the leaves. And I'm just going over the leaves lightly. Now you need to squeeze. If you haven't done this before, when you get them, there's a ring there. So you have to open them up. It's like your Winker Stella. You take the white ring out, you put them back together. And then it's got a big word push on either side here. And if you push, you get the ink to come down into the brush. And the other thing you have to do with these is you have to shake them to get the ink, the glitter all mixed in. So that's that leaf. We'll just keep quickly going. But these are beautiful to use, and it's like using a paintbrush. They've got a very fine tip, so you can do very, very close-up work or very fine work. But it certainly is bringing out this colour and adding some glitter. So that one's done. Now with this one, I don't have a red, I don't have a dark pink, so I'm using the Barely Blush, which is very, very pale pink, and it still is going to add that glitter and a bit more sheen and colour. Just brings the colour out a bit more. But I love how it glitters up. I haven't got enough glitter happening. Give it a good shake and a bit of a push. That's better. You can see the difference, can't you? I hope you can. And that just brings that lovely shimmer all over the flower. Almost looks like a bit of dew has fallen on it. And then of course we have our Golden Glow one, which I can do the centre of the flowers with. Now, one thing to be aware of, like Winker Stella, this comes out quite wet and you need to leave it for a minute to dry. Doesn't take long, these leaves are already dry. So while the other two are drying, let's do our banner. Now I've just got this little piece. I can slide it in from the side. I want the middle one, but I might be able to get all three. No, only two today. And there they go. I always punch as many as I can with the scrap I'm using. That one didn't work. Because even though I only need one, which will be that one, I can put this aside for another project. So I'll put it with these two, and maybe I can do something with them this week. Now I'll bring my stamp mat in. I'm stamping using the banner sayings, which goes with our banner punch. So there's that's a lovely bundle that you can get online in the online exclusives. And I'm going to use today Happy Birthday, because we can never have enough birthday cards. And I'm going to use my new Peaceful Pine colour. Lovely new magnetic. Just be careful, I'll give you one hint. I lost a die the other day. I'll do it with the leaf one. And I couldn't find it. It was underneath. So just be aware you can lose your dies. Or your dies can stick to them. All right, let's stamp this. I want it right up this far end on the right side, and I'm trying to look from above. Hopefully I've got it straight. Oh, not bad. So we'll put that away. Now we've got all our pieces done, we can start putting it together. I haven't cut a white piece, have I? We need a piece for inside, so we'll just quickly cut. Again, I'm gonna make it a centimetre under. So it's 13.8 by 9.5. And don't know if I cut a piece of this, so we'll cut a piece of this to put at the bottom. We'll put 3 centimetres at the bottom. And we better make this 9.5. Right. So we will start now with gluing the vellum on. Now, because this is a bigger piece of vellum, I'm just going to pop a little bit on there, straight onto it, but I don't want those lines to show. So I've got my homemade paintbrush and I'm just spreading that glue out so that there's no big lumps of glue and the vellum is covered. And I'll pop that down there on the bottom of our card. Now that's often the quickest and easiest way I decorate the inside of my card. So we'll just pop that there while it dries. And on the back of this one, these bits here, you won't see it. Because they've been embossed. But round here you will. So again, we'll go round. And then I'm just going to take my little paintbrush, cardboard paintbrush, and spread that out. So there's no definite sharp line that will show or blob. And I've got a bit on the table, so we'll clean that up in a minute. And I'm going to pop that on the front of my card. If I pop it up so it's even, that might look nicer. And I'll just pop that on there and get rid of that blob of glue. Right, so that bit's on. Let's glue this into the middle. I had some dimensionals out, but I might have to grab some more. Did I put them over here? Here they are. So the first thing I want to add on is my leaf. Now, it's got glue on it and it's got some darker patches. So I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back here in the darker patches. They're less likely to be seen. And they're just going to go on like so. Now I think I want it up more there, maybe a little bit more over. Now it's a little bit bent there because I'm forcing it to go out of its natural line up, but I'm going to be covering that. I'm going to put these leaves on, but I don't need a lot of glue. So I'm coming back to this little dot of glue that we've got here, and I'm only putting it on the stem bit, which is going to be covered, or going to be under there. So no one's going to see it. And I'm going to do the same with this. Oh, wrong. No, that was the right side. And I'm going to put this one in under here. Now, I want this to sit across here. So I'm going to cut this edge bit off. And it's probably going to sit somewhere there because I want under that leaf, and there'll be a bit of flower under it, on top of it. So this flower I'm going to put dimensional under it too. I'll put up a couple on this one. Now if you don't go quite to the edge, if it's in the middle, this is when you can add things underneath, tuck things in. This one I'll just put one dimensional on. I know it's not rare that it is rare that I say you only need one. I think that looks all right, and we're just going to see if we can get that to sit. I wanted it more there. I think we can. We'll put a couple of dimensionals on this. I think we can get it there. Sort of trying to... I might have to move this slightly so that we have more space. That looks better. And then we have this one last piece, and again, using this bit of glue we've got left over, pop a bit of glue on it and see where I can stick it underneath, like so. Might want it down a bit more. So that's how we've put them together. Now I like bling, as you know, so I'm going to put some butterflies on. And I do love these butterflies. I'll get some of this out of the road so that we're all tidy. Put the lid on our glue so it doesn't dry out. That's looking a little bit tidier. Put all that out of the road. I need that. Put that out of the road. Now, butterflies. I'm going to take a green one and put it here, and a small green one and put it here. And then I'm going to take the pink ones. Could use the white ones, but they might show a bit greeny, where these pink ones, I'm hoping this colour here. We'll put another one about here. So I've got a big and a little and a big and a little, and I like to keep it in sets of 3s, 5s or 7s. So why don't we put a big one over here? And then that's my card. So I've shown you a few ways you can use your vellum. You can just use it in the background. You can emboss it. You can cut it. You can glue it onto cardstock and then cut it and use it. You can colour it with the shimmer pens. There's a huge amount of ways you can use this cardstock, use your vellum to make cards, and it's a fabulous product. So hopefully you've enjoyed that and you've been inspired to grab some vellum on your next order. Now let's get back to me. There I am. Now everything's got to fall off the stand. Oh, I hope it doesn't. It's oh gosh, this technology stuff. I do use the basic stuff because I'd rather spend my money on crafting than on expensive camera equipment. So for those that wonder, I just use a stand with a phone and an iPad. So, but it means I can spend more on crafting, and I love my crafting. We're doing a special day today. If I haven't told you already, it's a day where I've got people coming and trying all the new products. They're going to try this stamping positioner. They're going to have a little play with the new stamp set, the magnetic stamp sets and the new in colours. They're going to do some impressions embossing, which we did the other week. And they're doing some make and take cards, as well as seeing some of the new fabulous products. Now, I've been flat out putting together things, which you'll see. We've got scrapbooking pages, and we've got 3D products, and we've got cards. So over the next few weeks, I'll put some of these on so you can see them. But those that are coming today get to try them firsthand. They get the catalogue in their hot little hands, and they'll be ready to go and know what we've got coming up in the future. So if you are interested, there might be a spot left. If you're interested and you're in the Ballarat region, you can give me a hoy. But otherwise, I will see you next week. I will be I'll be putting things on this week. I promise I will do some posting this week. It was very slack of me last week, but I was madly crafting away. I also did an online craft retreat, which was amazing. It was for demonstrators, and I really, really had a wonderful time. So I will get some of those pictures out to you also. So have a good week. Enjoy what's sunshine's left before winter really sets in. And I will come back next week with something new and exciting. Bye-bye.